Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. We're on a quest to get 15,000 subs by the end of the week, so join me if you haven't already. But enough self-promotion, that was 5 seconds way too much. But today we'll be discussing the potential classes and outfit system in Dying Light 2 Stay Human. Now I say potential because I'm not confident what the mechanic is going to end up like in the final game. Once I go over the content, you will clearly see what I mean. But first and foremost, outfits will of course be returning. We got to see a good handful of them over time. Here are a couple of screenshots showing what we can expect. And if you've been around on the channel, it was hinted that you will be able to customize certain individual pieces of clothing rather than just the entire thing. If you're familiar with the original, you know that you can only change the outfit, but in Dying Light 2, you can change each piece. But moving on to the classes or outfit system that we have here, there was a developer being interviewed who had a t-shirt on, and with the power of Photoshop and rotation, we can make out the words that he is saying. First off, it's broken up into 4 different categories: Aiden melee, tank, healer, and long range. Like I said, this could potentially be classes, especially with it being a 4-player co-op game. There's 4 options right there for everybody. But let's take it from the top. I have 2 images that I'm going to use to make out the words. Some of it is blocked out, so it's kind of hard to fully decipher what is being said here. Aiden melee. We designed the version of the blank in melee combat to look like an urban ninja. The colors are blank, black is the color of death, red, blood, and aggression, and gothic inspired accessories such as belt buckles resembling blank. So the melee outfit class seems to resemble kind of like what we have here in this screenshot. It seems like this one is more so focused on quick movement, being able to quickly and swiftly sneak around, which by the way, there is indeed stealth now in Dying Light 2. That wasn't in the original. That's a major improvement to see, to be honest. So a class system that is heavily inspired to be like a ninja and look like a ninja is surely going to have a bigger benefit in that regard. Now we have Aiden tank, and this is where things start to get interesting. It's armored blank, the peacekeepers and colonel's men, so we ended up scrapping blank at the higher levels. His outfit is still sporty, but it's thick, heavy, and made of blank and protection during a fight. So this one just sounds like a traditional tank class, heavily beefed up, and it's going to have a better chance at surviving some of those beefy enemies out there. He won't splat as easily as this guy over here. It's going to offer up a lot more protection during a fight compared to some of the other options that we have here. And with one like this, you can most likely expect it to restrict your movement, slowing your speed down a bit. The final 2 that we do have will go into a little bit more detail as to how it really affects gameplay, and I'll put an emphasis on that for you. So Aiden healer. First and foremost, the healer blank, his clothes are very light and form-fitting and don't restrict his movement in combat. This class's blank is inspired by high-end designs. Now, funny enough, the shortest one probably gives us the most information. The clothes that Aiden is wearing will directly affect movement. The healer option will be very light and in favor of quickly moving around the city. With this one, I really am thinking that they are classes, because a healer will really do wonders in that 4-player co-op realm that we discussed earlier. Additionally, this could also explain why during the gameplay trailer, some spots seemed more fluid with the parkour, while others didn't. A big criticism that I keep seeing is that it was sluggish and Aiden was moving slower at various points, and that could be tied to whatever mechanic this is. And lastly, long range. When designing the clothes of hunters and scouts, we push the athletic aesthetic to the side in favor of a post-apocalyptic. As such, his clothes are less uniform and his missions require him to blend into his surroundings. Once again, a lot to dive into this one. So it seems like there may be class-specific missions. They say his missions will require him to blend into his surroundings. So if you're a long range, you will have the option to go and do these various missions. And if it's occurring with this one class, I think it's safe to say that it may occur with the other 3 that we just went over. All in all, they're really expanding upon a lot from the original, and this is all technically player choice. Like, what class do you want to do? It's going to give you access to certain things and restrict you out of other areas as well. There's certainly a lot in here, and it was only very briefly teased on a t-shirt, so it's certainly going to play a big role in the game when it does come out. But out of all the 4 that we went over, melee, tank, healer, and long range, which one are you gonna do? Assuming that's how it works. We need to know more about it, but I'm curious to hear what you all have to say. But anyways, that was a pretty long video. I know, right? Who would have thought we still do that on this channel? If you did enjoy, please leave a like, consider subscribing too. It all really does go a long way on this channel for me. You guys are all absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to see what's next with us. So with all that said, please stay fresh, stay human, have a good night, and more importantly, good luck.